everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel and part 2 of this 2-part video where I answer questions on the internet to celebrate 500 subscribers. Lovely to have you here. I hope you're all well. If you haven't seen part 1 where I answer questions from the theatre tag, then I will link it in a card and down below. I would recommend potentially watching that video first because there are 1 or 2 callbacks to that previous video in this video because it was all meant to be one video. But if you don't want to, no worries. Like, if you want to watch this one first, have at it. Like, I'm just happy you're here. So in this video, I'm going to be answering questions from the TMI tag. I'll post the blog post where I originally got the questions down in the description if you want to have a look. In this tag, I didn't answer all of the questions. I just picked my favorites because, again, this was all meant to be one video. I just had a lot to say. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say in way of intro. Let's just get straight into the questions. So now we're getting onto the TMI tag. I have like theaterified some of the questions. This is now just kind of general, get to know me, you know. So, have you ever been in love? Yes, I am currently in love. So that's nice. How tall are you? I am 166 centimeters. I do know it in feet and inches, I just can't be asked to say. I'm feeling metric today. How much do you weigh? I debated having this as one of the ones that I was gonna take out, but I decided not to. I don't actually know how much I weigh. I don't weigh myself. I have a history of, which I feel comfortable saying now, I didn't for the longest time, but like I have a history with disordered eating and obsessing over food weight and shape. Hasn't been a problem in many a year now, but yeah, I don't weigh myself. Diet culture sucks. Your weight is no reflection on your self-worth. Your dress size is no reflection on your self-worth. If anyone needs to hear that, so yeah. Any tattoos or piercings? No, I'm very boring. I just have my 2 earlobes pierced. I had them pierced when I was a baby. Which I know is really controversial, which makes me think, like, part of me is like, I'm glad I got them done when I was a baby because I think I'd be too much of a wuss to get my ears pierced. But also issues of consent, like times have changed since I was a baby. So like, yeah, but yeah, that's it. In terms of getting tattoos, it's not that I'm anti-tattoos. For me, I think it would have to be something really, really big and meaningful and important to me for me to want to get it on my skin forever. Do you know what I mean? I can't, at this point, like sitting here now talking to you guys, I can't imagine something that would be so momentous that I'd want to get it immortalized as a tattoo on my body. Do you know what I mean? And that's not to say that if you get kind of flippant tattoos, that's a terrible thing. That's just me personally. And kind of similarly in terms of piercings, like I've recently been getting back into this YouTuber that has a septum piercing, which I think would be quite fun. Mum, I'm not gonna get my septum pierced, don't worry about it. Because the thing with that is, A, you've got to keep it in for ages, so then it's like, you know, for it to like heal, and then it's like, okay, can I be bothered? B, I think for most like piercing things, I could just get a fake one and then not. See, this is why I think if I hadn't had my ears pierced when I was a baby, I don't think I'd have my ears pierced. I'd just get clip-on earrings or whatever. But yeah, I think most of the things where I'd be like, it'd be cool to experiment with that style, I'm like, well, would I want to go through the pain and the hassle and the upkeep of actually getting that pierced when I could just get like a clip-on septum ring? Do you know what I mean? And I'd have the look and the aesthetic of it without having to go through the faff of getting a piercing, which I know piercings, they're slightly less permanent than tattoos in that, you know, they can heal up, but you know, you still have to go and pay money. I don't know, I'm also cheap, and like there was a girl, we were never like friends, but we were in the same year at university doing music, and she got this tiny little heart and it was like 30 quid, and I was like, for a tiny little heart, that what? I'm just kind of like, I don't think it's worth the money because I'm cheap, but like, I guess, you know, to each their own. It was really nice. It was like a little one kind of on her hip. And it looked really cute, but I was like, I don't think it looked like 30 quid's worth of stuff. I mean, obviously it is like the talent of the tattoo artist, and you need training, and you know, like I get objectively, if you know about tattoos, you'll probably be like, that is quite reasonable. But like for me, who was like, it'd have to be something massive for me to get a tattoo in the first place. I didn't think it was worth it, but yeah. So there's also that. My tea has gone cold. Okay, this was originally OTP and I had to look it up. I think what was meant was one true pairing, which is like your favorite fictional ship of all time. I'm gonna go with a musical theatre ship, I think. And I think I'm gonna go with Diane and Nick from Come From Away, because that is cute and it's also what happened in real life. So I loved that for them. And Stop the World, I think is my favorite love duet. It makes me cry. Something you miss. Yeah, two things. So the first thing I miss is living somewhere where things are walking distance. Where I grew up, well not where I grew up, by the time I was like old enough to be able to like be like, I want to go places by myself, like everything was walking distance. I could walk to school, I could walk into the town where my school and my house was. I could also walk to the next town over if I wanted somewhere with more shops or to go to my like weekend job. I could walk to the station, so if I needed to get further afield, I could just walk to the station and get a train somewhere. I really, really miss that. And I know the UK is way more walkable than the United States, for example, but London is not a massively walkable city. If you go to a certain area, like if you go to Central, everything in central London is kind of walkable. But in terms of like a city, there's no way in hell you could live somewhere and be able to walk to your place of work if your place of work was in town, unless you were mega rich. And that sucks. Yeah. So I miss that. It hasn't really improved where I am now because we're just that little bit too far away from the station and the buses are crap. But I have a bike, so there we go. The other thing I miss really is the security and safety of being in full-time education. I really miss that. I think when you're struggling to know what the feck you're doing, like, you really miss being like, all I had to do was learn the things they told me to learn and then take tests. I guess because I was, you know, the test bit didn't faze me. The social aspect was trying, especially when you go to an all-girls school. But yeah, I miss the innocence of not having to worry about things. But I don't think that's just an age and being at school thing. I think also when I was a teenager, which makes me sound like I'm being like, back in my day. I'm not being back in my day. I think it's just the world seemed so much simpler then and seemed so much less scary. And I want to go back to those times. Whether it was I was too young to really pay attention or because it actually was, I don't care what it was, I want to go back to that feeling, please. Thank you. Favorite song. I'm gonna go with favorite musical theatre song. There are so many songs. There are so many songs and I don't know how to narrow it down. I can barely think of all of the songs that I know and really love. I guess favorite song in my rep would probably be I Have Myself a True Love, which sucks because I never get to frickin' sing it in any auditions because it's always like, bring a pop song. And it's like, no, let me sing some Harold Arlen, please. Yeah. Favorite pop song at the moment, I guess, like, I mean, I haven't really been listening to a lot really recently, but like Chapel Rowan, that's a bop. Pink Pony Club, love it. Which is probably a really basic answer because Chapel Rowan is everywhere, but I don't care, it's good. Favorite quote. So I'm gonna go with the quote that I came up with when I tried to film this morning because actually I do really like it as a quote and I kind of want to see if I could get some like artwork with it. But it's a quote from Sunday in the Park with George when, I think it's the end of it actually, when Dot sings, anything you do, let it come from you, then it will be new. Give us more to see, which I think is a sentiment I should pay more heed to, and I think it's a beautiful quote. Favorite actor. I don't know why I kept this one in because I don't have a favorite actor. I'm gonna say Audra McDonald because I just love her and she's amazing. So Audra McDonald. I think when I was younger, I had a lot more of that, oh my God, they're amazing thing. And I don't know if it's just what comes with maturity and I've never really idolized people, but you idolize people less, you know? Or if it's part of my journey back where I've just got to re-find those people that like give me that spark that I had when I was younger, you know? but Audra McDonald is queen, so we'll just say her. Loud music or soft? Depends on the mood, you know? What do you need? What is your soul yearning for? Sometimes you need to shout and scream. Sometimes you need to vibe it out. Sometimes you need to listen to that song that just like makes you cry. You know, I think there's a song for every season, a song for every occasion, and you don't have to put yourself in a box. Zodiac sign. I'm not really into astrology, but I do know my big three, so here you go. I am an Aquarius sun, a Libra moon, and a Scorpio rising. If you know what that means, there you go. Tell me what my sun, moon, and rising sign mean about me in the comments. Because I don't fucking know. All I know is that Aquarians like being creative and they're really into justice. Libra's kind of the same, and Scorpios have big feels. So if that sounds like me, let me know. How long does it take to get ready in the morning? It depends on the morning. If I need to be out of the house, I can do it in an hour, and that's like getting up, breakfast, shower, dress, brush teeth, pack a bag, you know. Have I ever been in a physical fight? No. I've been in play fights with my cousin. We used to play fight all the time. And I used to kind of play fight with my dad, although obviously we weren't properly fighting because he was my dad. But yeah, I don't actually think I've ever been in a physical fight. The reason I joined YouTube, see, I joined YouTube so long ago and my reasons for carrying on my channel have changed since then. I have a vague remembrance that the reason I started my YouTube channel was because I just had this urge to like create. I started my channel in between finishing my undergrad degree and going to drama school. So I was living in Southampton still. I was applying for jobs. I think I was already volunteering at the art house when it was still a building, you know, applying for drama school, trying to do all that jazz. And I feel like I just wanted like a creative outlet. And at the time I was watching YouTube. I was kind of following the model of the Vlog Brothers back in the day, like short kind of 3 to 5 minute videos, just about my life. The last thing that made you cry, the actual last thing, I can't actually say on the internet. Oh my god, okay. Let's just say big feelings. Big feelings in many ways made me cry. The last book I read was Ariel, the collection of poems by Sylvia Plath. I read it cover to cover over the last couple of days, which I've never done before. Last theatre show you watched, it was originally show, but I'm gonna say theatre show because it's a theatre channel. Last show I watched was The Mousetrap. My friend is currently in the cast, so a group of us went to see him, which was really lovely. I'm not gonna tell you who done it, you gotta keep the secret. But yeah, I really enjoyed it actually. I think a lot of people rag on, I'm just gonna put this down. The tea is cold. We're just gonna give up on it before I spill any more. I think a lot of people rag on The Mousetrap because it's been going for like 73 years. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think the cast was really strong performances. Not just my friend, but a lot of people in the cast. Yeah, I really enjoyed Agatha Christie in general. Like I grew up watching like Poirot and other murder mysteries with my mum. I love a Poirot. Not as much of a fan of Miss Marple. I didn't really enjoy those as much, like the television adaptations. But David Suchet's Poirot, love. You know, obviously you have some of the tropes in there of like the people that you know you're meant to suspect and it's like, well, it's clearly not you kind of thing. And it did get like wrapped up really quickly in the end. Like my friend, his character didn't really get an ending and it was like, oh, okay. I didn't see it coming when you find out who it is. I like audibly gasped, so that was fun. Other people did. Maybe I'm just good at suspending my disbelief. The last person I talked to would have been my supervisor at work this evening. Yeah, it would have been him when I said, see you tomorrow. Favorite food? Oh, I was thinking about this. Speaking of my supervisor, he was saying that he's got a pasta bake waiting, and I was like, oh, comfort food, which made me think of my favorite food, which is spaghetti bolognese. There's just something about a good spaghetti bolognese, like my mum's or the one that me and Josh make. I say me and Josh usually makes it, but I can make it too. But yeah, like It's like so hearty, and especially, you know what it is? It's spaghetti bolognese when you have it with spaghetti or linguine, because me and Josh usually we just get the fusilli, you know, like the corkscrew pasta, and like it's still like it's pasta's pasta, it doesn't matter. But there's just something about like when you're spiraling it onto the fork because it's spaghetti, and like with the cheese on top and it's all melted, and you've like mixed in like the carrots and the mushrooms and everything, and it's just so like creamy and like hearty and good, especially when it's the next day and it's marinated. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. Oh, I really want some spaghetti bolognese. We did make some. It's too late to eat spaghetti bolognese now, damn it. Last time you said you loved someone this morning. No, this afternoon, because me and Josh got the train in together. So yeah, it would have been when he got off the train, because he gets off before me. A place you want to visit. Actually, when I originally filmed this, I said Rome, and I do want to visit Rome, but I really want to visit A, Ireland, and B, like the Scottish Highlands. Like, I've never been to Ireland, ever. Never set foot on the island of Ireland. I have been to Scotland, but I've only ever been to Glasgow and Edinburgh. So I would love to see more of Scotland and see like the Highlands. It's one of the things me and Josh said ages ago about wanting to do like a whiskey tour of Scotland, because we did the whiskey tour in Edinburgh for one of his birthdays when I was doing a show at the Edinburgh Fringe. Oh my God, another show. Brexit the musical, so that's 42 shows. Okay, I completely forgot that happened. How could I forget Brexit the musical back when we thought it would be funny? Yeah, we talked about wanting to do like a whiskey tour, like an actual going around Scotland and doing an actual like Scotch whiskey tour, which would be really lovely. So yeah. Also Rome, because history. Also the south of Spain. Also Madrid. Also Jamaica, because I haven't been there since I was 6 and I'd love to go back. Last time I kissed someone, it would have been on the train again. On the train to work. And it was Josh, it wasn't some rando. Favorite flavor of sweet? I really like chocolate. I love chocolate hazelnut or chocolate hazelnut praline, or like just anything, chocolate and a nut. I'm there, I love it. What instruments do you play? I obviously singing, my voice is my instrument, but a bit of ukulele, a bit of piano. I do actually want to improve my piano playing, but money. I just need to practice. Maybe I could have like a crash course of lessons to try and get my fingering back up. Like technically I can play the clarinet, but I haven't played it for years at this point, and I'm a terrible clarinetist. The amount of people, I think I actually, did I make a video? I'm pretty sure I've made a video about acting musicianship, and I may have mentioned in that video the amount of people who were just like, when I'd mentioned that I used to play clarinet at school, being like, you should pick it back up, acting musicians are everything. And it's like, clarinetists are 10 a penny. Like, I'm not good enough and I don't enjoy it enough to get good enough to be like, to you know, be a contender for acting musicians that, or jobs that require clarinet. Like, no. Favorite piece of jewelry? Probably this necklace. I wear it literally all the time, and I got it, I think it was when I was on tour with Brexit the musical. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was. Last song I sang, weirdly actually, it wasn't the whole song because it started getting weird. On the platform today, and I was walking down the platform to go to work, Josh was behind me. I think he checked what the engineering works and stuff were doing over the week, because he does that because he's smart. And I got Climbing Uphill from The Last 5 Years in my head. So I sang the beginning of that just before the when you come home, I should have told him I was sick last week, he's gonna think this is the way I sing. Like the whole bit of, I'm climbing uphill, daddy, climbing uphill. I just was singing that to myself because the platform was basically empty because it was like 2 in the afternoon. So yeah, that was the last song I sang. And then lastly, I can't believe I kept this one in, favorite chat up line. I don't have a favorite chat up line because I don't I don't do chat up lines, but I did find, when I was like deciding how I wanted to refilm this evening, I did find a website that's theatre pickup lines. So I looked through them. Some of them are awful, but some of them aren't too bad. I mean, all pickup lines are cringe, don't get me wrong, but some of the better ones are you the cast list? Because I can't stop looking at you, which, yeah, especially just thinking back to like in secondary school or high school when you're waiting for the cast list of the school show to come out, like, yeah. Oh, this one is actually quite good. You're like my college audition monologue, memorable, rare, and utterly perfect for me. That one's quite good. Would I go out with someone if they said that to me? Not necessarily, but I would appreciate it. Also, this one, okay. This one is not good because it's, I want to spend all 525,600 minutes with you. Like, I get it, it's a reference to Rent, but that's a year. That's not the flex you think it is. Like, I want to spend a year with you and then dump your ass. Like, I'm looking for commitment, you know? All right, last one that I thought was actually quite good. Are you that line I screwed up because I can't stop thinking about you? Accurate. Yeah, we've all been there. We've forgotten them when we've screwed up a line and we're like, oh no. So there are some. I'll also link this down below if you want to look at some terrible theatre pickup lines. Yeah, that one doesn't make sense. I should stop talking about these and wrap up this video. But yeah, so that was 42 questions, an amalgamation tag. I've been filming for an hour at least. I don't know why this took so long. I waffled a lot, so editing me, love you girl. Thank you again for 500 subs. Moving forward, I'm not giving timelines on this, guys, because there's a lot happening and, you know, trying to get back on the horse with acting, so that is taking priority. When I'm in a better headspace mentally, I might try and vlog some of the things that I'm doing if you're interested, but things that I'm looking into potentially making videos about in the future, just to kind of give you a heads up and let me know what you think in the comments. I was thinking of potentially doing a like music theory 101 series, particularly for things like sight reading, well, not sight reading because that's a more advanced thing, but like being able to read music and understand what things mean. So let me know if you'd be interested in that. I also want to talk about theatre and sustainability, theatre and protest, which I've already started kind of researching, and I want to carry on with some of the advice videos, so if there's any advice things that you'd be interested in, then also let me know about that as well. Some other ideas that I've had from like way back when, from back in the, you know, reviewing Death Note days, is more kind of comparisons of musicals and what they've been adapted from. So if you'd like to see some more of that as well, let me know. Those videos do take a lot of research because you need time to like watch the things and then review them, so you know they take a while, but if you want to see them then let me know and I can see if I can make it work around everything else that I'm doing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed this, then consider liking and subscribing. Would love to have you on the channel. Come on down. Yeah, it was nice to do something that was more chill and more kind of just cozy and fun. So I might not tag specifically, but you know, I think maybe having kind of more chatty videos like this in the rotation would also be fun. So if you want that or any of the other things that I've suggested, let me know in the comments. Stay tuned for more theatre content from a UK perspective, and I shall see you all in my next video. Bye friends!